Just a momently. Hello, I'm back. I was gone for a couple days on the weekend. I know I wasn't scheduled to stream, but I'm just trying to stream more. But I'm feeling a lot better now. My arms were burned and now they're feeling better. And I'm recovering well. And I want to get some progress done in survival today, but before we hop into the survival world, I'm going to show you guys what I've done in my creative world, which is where I'm building my vehicles to turn into. Whoops, I had my phone speaker on. That might have been echoing some audio, my bad. That's where I'm making my vehicles to port into the survival world. And I'm just sort of making the start of them mostly, but this one I made to be just a little building platform. And I kind of just did this in an afternoon while I was recovering from my arms, like I said. And it's not meant to be anything too big, but I got it pretty stationary. And I'll show you. It is, if you are drifting from weight, you can fix it no matter what. Like, we're gonna start drifting some direction now. It'll accelerate over time. But if you find the right spot to distribute some of that weight, you can always fix it. The only problem that I seem to face with my style of vehicle making, which is like working off of a lot of balance, is I just encounter this unavoidable drift in rotation. This thing is rotating like once every hour or two. I'm fairly confident. I haven't like sat it down and looked at it, but like every few seconds it's rotating like 1 pixel. It's like rotating less than 1 degree, very slightly. So that's a thing. I don't know why. But I'll show you guys how this works, and then I'll hop into the survival. Here's a little schematic of it. The only like movement I plan to have on it is 2 basic little fans, and it'll probably make it go very slowly. But that's fine because this is meant for precise building. But since I take damage from the rain, I need to be able to duck into cover. So I needed room for a bed, so I made room for a nice little living space. It's sparse right now, but I can worry about that in survival. And then here's my chaos engine of chaos. You go in the spectator. Oops, there's some stuff on my keyboard. It made me type weird. This hero of a mechanical arm is basically operating this entire engine from start to finish, because they are also operating the functioning of the lava buckets going from empty to full. But I'm taking lava from up here with infinite lava source conversion, taking water from in here, like in the engine, and I'll get the name in a second. I watched a tutorial on a create engine to get such a compact design, because I do kind of struggle on that. I'm just scrolling down my YouTube history as I talk, because I don't want to use it and not say who they were. I think it was Snowy Go on YouTube. Snowy-Go. Yes. The genius Snowy-Go helped me design this engine. I made some small alterations to their design to fit my ship. but that credit's important. So this is just a basic little building platform, and it's important to me personally that all of these end up with waste stones, because if they were, for instance, just go flying off some random direction, and I am on the ground as a little survival creature, there's no way I'm going to get back to it or know where it even went. So that's why the waste stones. And that's just going to be the first thing I build. The next thing I build will be more of a proper base in this, which can properly navigate and stuff. But let's go into the survival world. And I don't have the most concrete plan in place, but one thing I want to do is like clean up the area and maybe set up some retaining walls so that what we start to build up there makes sense. And I haven't decided what the tower we've started to live in will be, because it's not going to be our permanent home. But I think I want this area that we're living in now to turn into like a little outpost town in the desert, where like airships or maybe ground vehicles will go to like refuel or rest, or I don't know, gamble or something like that, or do crime. And I'll build a bunch of I play more creative than survival, so I always have the muscle memory to fly, and that's what that is when I load into worlds. But it goes away after a few minutes. I'm gonna build some like terraces, and it's just recently I've been more creative, and build like a sort of Mos Eisley from Star Wars inspired town, and build a bunch of funny robots to go around and populate it. That's my thought process right now. So this could either be a lighthouse type thing for that, or maybe even just a taller docking station. But I feel like a taller docking station could be off the side of this cliff, surely. Maybe lighthouse really makes a lot of sense in big desert, because there's not, I mean, airplanes need it in real life. We put reflective stuff on power lines to help the airplanes not hit the ground when it's really dark or bad conditions, or like navigation isn't working or something weird. Whatever. I'm not an aeronautical engineer. I'm just an aeronautics creature. But I think I've settled in all of my rambling on the lighthouse idea. So I'm going to make it have a big foundational base. And I really don't want it to be cobble now that I'm looking at it. So we'll be sorting out stone generation soon, I think. And then on top of a big sort of rectangular square base, I'm going to make a circular tower going up, probably. I think that is my plan. Oh yeah, I got a blaze burner last time, and I made a bunch of brass. I have 57 brass ingots. That's a lot of good stuff to work with. I'm probably going to knock down these trees and plant them in the terraced areas. I could start carving out where that's going to be, at least roughly. I'm not going to dig down all the way yet. I just want to like, I want to make the boundaries and then lay down the top retaining wall, which is backwards, I think, to how it might actually be, but we're in Minecraft. And just work from above down. This will still turn into an elevator type thing. And this is going to turn into more of a courtyard without all these trees. And the waystone will either stay here or be very close to where it is right now. So one of the first, I think the two things we need the most in terms of create factorization is we're going to need stone generation and we're going to need wood generation. And wheat generation, because the wheat generation will fuel the wood. And I need seeds. I need seeds for stuff. I'll show you what I need seeds for. In order to make any of the blocks from like a nice building mod. Whoa, I dropped my phone. I'm all good. For a nice building mod I have installed, I need to make this thing called the painter, and it's just cobblestone and wheat seeds. Entirely, like, farmable stuff, but I don't really have much of either of those yet. I don't have any specific designs for either of the farms I've mentioned in my head yet, but I think I just need the mechanical saw for the tree farm and a windmill. And I don't know if I need anything else to have it place like behind it. It might be more like a harvester block or something that places. How do I place the saplings? What block do people use? Let's look at the mechanical harvester. Because I know that's what I'm going to need to use for wheat. And that'll place behind it. Huh. I wonder if I need to do like nonsense with deployers even. Oh, last stream, I forgot to even mention this. Last stream, I was messing around with a mod called Create Bionics, and I was really excited about making the little Anole robot, and I did make it. And then when I was testing in creative, I determined that the Anole robot will always crash your game after some amount of time. And I think it's something to do with the sound files it uses. So that mod add-on is just unstable, either with my setup of mods or in general right now. It's really cool. I forget the author name, but it's called Create Bionics and adds like 3 robots, but it doesn't work in my game. So I got rid of it and nothing broke, thankfully. And I don't plan to change much else. That one just kind of really captured my attention, and I wanted to try to add it because it was new. I haven't determined what block I need, so let's try searching at create. Because I've made a tree farm before. This is in my Brainium. Deep inside my Brainium, this information lies. We need the windmill bearing as well, but it's really cheap to make. So, oh my gosh. All of this is like relying on... I need wool for any of this to work. None of this works without wool. I need sheep. I need sheep up here. That's what I need. How am I gonna do that? Oh, I wish I had a lead right now. Let's see. Maybe there'd be sheep way down there where it's green, right? That makes sense to me. If I had a lead, I could just attach them to my camel, but I don't. Pretty sure I don't. Can I craft leads? This is an interesting question. Once I get wool, which I'll need for all my builds too, I can make the windmill. The windmill doesn't work without wool at all, I don't think. I don't think there's any block I can make without wool that would get it going. Wild rice, wild panicle. I don't have either of those. Bamboo can get me straw. Straw I can make a lead out of. I have sugarcane. I don't think I have bamboo. But we can try to get either of those plants and look for sheep, maybe? I mean, if we're down there, we're not gonna need that lead anymore. Let's see. I need kelp too. I think I go down there once and I grab kelp, and then I come up and I'm gonna make a really, really basic wagon/car situation. Because in my head, I'm thinking about trying to lug a sheep up here one at a time on a boat, and that just seems silly in this mod pack. So let's make a wagon. And I don't know if I could attach it to the camel. I don't think so. Do we have a bed? I'm gonna need a bed. I should probably just take my shulker with me. Okay. Come here, Scoot. Turn. Now go. Go, my steed. Together we shall capture all of the sheep that the land has to offer. I feel like you used to go faster. Maybe it's just because we're falling, sort of, as we go down. Hopefully there's actually sheep down there. But it looks like even... I haven't gone over there at all. But just from, like, the really far distance... Scary rain is scary. Far distance, like, LOD. It looks like maybe there's something with trees going on like, a plateau way over there. And, not to mention, there's a giant mountain off in the distance. That I can just, like, barely even make out. I'm pretty sure it's raining outside the desert after what I just saw. Because I think that was a cave biome where it still rains if there's any surface contact. Oh, an evil bug. Evil bugs! Oh gosh. Did they come out of this thing? Probably can't put the camel on magma. When we start to get some vehicles going for real, and we can retire the camel to a peaceful life in a stable, it's gonna start being really fun. Oh, this is near where I dug down for andesite, too. I feel like I saw sheep when I was over here doing that. Is it gonna rain when I go here? Maybe this area is still dry enough not to rain. I think it's like savanna. But do sheep? Sir? Is that chicken? I think I see chickens on the map. My render distance is very low below the, like, distant horizons mod. So the distance I'll actually see the sheep pop in is a little low. But it's all just part of making the magic happen. There are chickens. Is that a dog? Do I have any bones? I don't think so. That's too bad. Let's head over to the river and see if there's any kelp. Is that a freaking zebra? That's a donkey, but it looks like a zebra. Wild. I wonder if I should get the donkey. I have a saddle on Scoot. Donkeys can put, like, chests on them, can't they? I don't think Scoot fits in a boat. That's awkward. We'll just come back to this area for donkeys if we know they spawn. I don't think I can grab it. Just like I can't grab the sheep. But maybe on our mission to get sheep, we get a donkey too. But we need kelp. Gosh, we need kelp. Because if I want to make a really basic little wagon... I mean, I guess I didn't realize I could just use water wheels until just now. But I'm committed, and I want kelp anyways. And there's a bunch of sheep there. I never made a little shear thing. Give me your wool. I need it so bad. Do they look so different. They look like Shaun the Sheep animation sheep. It's really cute, actually. Nice. I will take 10 wool over nothing. I will. Now, is there kelp in this abyss that they call a river? Do we see kelp? I see seagrass. But kelp is taller and more fearsome. Do kelp only in ocean, I wonder? This I do not know. But I hope it is not so. I don't know of an ocean around here, but I can make a nature's compass from the nature's compass mod to at least point me in the right way. I wonder if those random green blocks could be kelp, or if they're... No, they're probably those lily pads. And I don't think the river gets much deeper than this. It's like a different river biome over there, but it's more into the desert. I am not going to hold my breath on kelp right now, because I don't think... I think it might be possible. We are astronomically far from kelp, unfortunately. I'm not certain I have it, but if I have any, like, create profession villager mods, maybe I could trade for kelp from a guy. But, like... Can I craft it in any way? I mean, that'd be weird. I feel like. Barrel zombie. Barrel zombie drop kelp. Do they just spawn underwater? Okay. Maybe we need to spawn some barrel zombies somehow. Village fisher chest as well. Fisherman profession. So a village fisherman can sell it. And the wandering trader can have it. I have emeralds on me. Is there a village around here? That kind of looks like one over there. Or at least the building. I got my bed. I'm gonna grab more of their wool, because I might be able to make at least a windmill with it. But I need hundreds of blocks of wool for what I really want to be getting up to here. Definitely looks like a village to me. Are we cool here? Seems like it. Why was there random gold on the ground? Surely that wasn't 19 gold ingots and I had gold a second ago. If there was just randomly 19 gold ingots there, that'd be so weird. That wouldn't make sense to me at all. I'm gonna stash you in that corner and hope you don't wander too far. Yeah, take a nap. I will steal all of their stuff. What do you do? Well, you don't have any help for me. Don't go anywhere, Scoot. I'll be back. I feel like this isn't the village that would have a fisherman. But just having villagers around mean I can get villagers to my base and make a fisherman guy. Librarian guy. Oh, a looting 2 book. I don't mind that. And a compass. I need a compass to make a nature's compass. So we can cross that off the checklist. Aren't these houses just lovely? I don't know who made them, but they are nice. I don't care for the carrots and the potatoes right now. Those are both like enchanting type buildings. This building's different. What's up with this building? Oh, I was like, why didn't I take damage? Did I like just go in here? Yes. Absolutely. 1,000,000%. What's up over here? Nothing I need. I'm beginning to think there's no fisherman villages around here. Scoot, we're out of here. Where are you? I'm doing a bad job of cleaning up my base right now, that's for sure. Something that just occurred to me. That's what the clipboard's supposed to be for, but I didn't fill it up before stream. Where did my camel wander off to? Is that them wandering away at full speed? Hello? What are you up to? Did you find the fairy circle, bud? Wow. I wonder if these mean anything, because they are pretty. I forget what causes them in the real world. Let's see, there's a village over there. It's a very desert village. I feel like I'm not gonna find what I'm looking for there. What block is a fisherman guy? Did it say on here? Are they like a barrel? I'm gonna open my Chrome and just look up what block is fisherman villager. The barrel. I was right. It is a barrel. So I just need a guy and a barrel, right? So we'll try to get a guy and 2 sheeps and a donkey in a dumb wagon. I think that's the play. And I can give the dumb wagon water wheel wheels. And I would hesitate to give it any actual drive. It might just be something I pull along with the camel. If I'm able to. I think I might need a lead for that to happen. Absolute failure to find kelp. I don't think it's around here. I could take the nether and just like travel and then pop. I don't have diamonds. Unless I do. And I forgot. I have 6 diamonds. I could pop out of the nether far away and maybe I'd be closer to an ocean, but I should make a nature's compass. We got the compass, we need to do that. Let's go back and make that, and then I'm gonna dig out some of my retaining walls so I'm actually doing what I need to be doing. Maybe I should travel along the river just in case. Whoa! Like the second I veered to the side, my whole forward path collapsed. How is that? I was not intentional, but it certainly looked like it. Does anything like ever spawn in these? It's just a normal Minecraft pot. Where are you going? Why are you running away from me? That's a very peculiar looking build on the other side of this river. Is it just part of that village? What is that? Is it like a weird tent? I think it's a tent. Let's get a sleep. Oh, that's weird. It's like, it's tramping down the sand next to where I'm sleeping. I wonder if that's a bug. I think Mr. Camel Scoot can get us across the river. Yes, they can swim. I cannot. Good camel. This is why I keep you around. Then it just wanders across the river without me. That would be tragic. A random campfire. I wonder why. It's nothing helpful to me. And this is vines. Vines and moss. Not kelp. I'm gonna take a glance at this village because I haven't been here, I don't think. And I find myself here. That's peculiar. I do feel like this place looks a little familiar. Was I here like last stream and I just forgot? I've opened all these chests. All signs point towards yes. Have I been there? Man, this place got messed up. I don't even know what I'm looking at, really. It looks like I've been here too. Past me is talented, and we should go home. This whole area is really pretty too. Some of it kind of bleeds up on top to where my base is, but there's just a whole valley of like little pools here for some reason. Don't think any of this is kelp. I just see grass and lily pads and those little leaf things. I don't know what they are. Little drip leaf things. I do see oil. I have no use for this oil though. Nearly home. I've gotten past all the rough terrain. Why is there just a colorful hole in the side of the mountain up there? I wonder if that's a structure weirdly in the side of the hill. Go, Scooch, go. Yes, we're in the clear. We've drawn quite near. Okay. Lock them away in there. Now I just need to get some of the saplings that I probably have in a chest and mix that up. Yep, I got a bunch of spruce saplings and mix that up with the compass and what else? How do you make a nature's compass? Oh, just logs. Do I have wood right now? I have wood. I got a full inventory. That's what I got. Nature's compass. Yay! How far is the ocean? Any ocean. I guess I could search for them all individually, but just normal ocean is a biome, right? I think this only has a range of 10,000 blocks. Oh, 2,000 blocks. 2,000 blocks this way. So like around here? Ocean, question mark. Okay. That's where we can get kelp. Table that for now, because it's pretty far away. But we will need it, because kelp is just necessary for create stuff. Can we start a windmill with 17 wool? Probably. Yeah, we just need water wheels to make a wagon. We don't have to make normal tires. But we will need the tire mount and a whole bunch of other blocks to get anything working. Or wheel mount, is that what it's called? Yeah. Wheel mount. Need casing and a spring. Need to stamp a bunch of iron. Well, we have the iron stampinator here. So that's gonna be done in a jiffy. I have never made a stamping machine this good, and I can't go back now. I think every other playthrough I've just hand cranked my stamping, especially at the start. Never again. I can't again. This is too much nicer. It was so slow. And I played in a world once where my origin I was playing on was bugged. And I was supposed to be able to only eat and heal inside of lava, and that was broken. So I just couldn't eat or heal because that was broken. So when I had the hand crank, the chat just became Skeki starves to death every like 30 seconds or minute or two. So let's try to avoid that. Did I save the recipe? There we go. Let's pull out a bit of our iron. How much of a dent have we made on that? I think we had several blocks more of iron last stream, so we are making a dent. We are going to just suddenly run out of iron and be like, oh god, eventually. Spool? Do I not have polymorph on? Oh, I didn't mean to craft it. My scroll wheel crafted it. No. Use to store wires. What am I going to do with that right now? I don't have wires. Well, that was just a bunch of iron that went down the drain. No. Do I have polymorph installed? Because I think there's 2 items with the same recipe is what's happened. And polymorph is a mod that tackles that. I don't have polymorph installed. Polymorph was last updated 2025. Stuff says backup worlds before loading, so I don't think I can install polymorph midstream. So I don't think I can craft a spring. I think if I try to craft a spring, it's going to not be a spring. But you could be a spring for me. What if I put it not in the middle? Okay. I will install polymorph after this stream. I just need to back up the world. I don't want to do that without backing up the world. So, let's build our retaining walls. Let's lay down some foundations of buildings. I can feel we're hitting a slight wall in the create progression, even though I don't want to. I want to just progress, but I think I need to make a journey to the ocean, and then a journey with sheep up here. And then I can more properly progress. We can use some of the seeds we have to mess with some of the fancy building blocks. I think I need a stone cutter for it. That gives me a stack. It's very kind amounts there. Exchange, that's the word. It's very generous exchange there of cobble to blocks and stuff. Seeds to blocks. Wow, my language is struggling. Need stone cutter. That's what I was trying to get to in my brain. Does that need to be cooked stone? I think so. Yes. Cook the stone. That can cook for a moment. You. I like you. Take this. There's... I don't know if those particle effects... I think those particle effects are because they're under the basin. I don't think I noticed that last time. That's cute. They look like Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle by Ghibli. Look at all this. Look at all these templates. All these templates can become other things. That's what this building mod is. And it adds a lot of sort of modern Japanese infrastructure stuff, mostly. But there's just like stone or something, right? I think. Half slabs. Just like block. Block of stone. Whole block. Phone? Why would I need that? Either I'm blind or this isn't where I need to be. Prototype of extra blocks. That's like a bunch of colorful blocks. There is a literal retaining wall block. Okay, that's made from extra shapes. Which is iron nugget and seeds. Okay, well I've already used all my seeds, haven't I? I can't use any more, because I need to farm up more. So what we see is what we got. Is anything here good for walling? I mean, I can't make a whole wall right now from any of this anyways. I was just hoping I'd see a good texture and be like, it's perfect. Sign me up. How does this work anyways? I just make one and I right click it and then it can be anything? Like egg cobblestone? And then is it just that forever? think it's just that forever after I do that. Okay. We'll worry about it a bit more thoroughly later on. We're gonna need some more shovels where we're about to be going. Let's clean up this base. We're gonna put some stuff down. Let's use granite and diorite as guide blocks because, gosh golly, look how much of it we have. Let's keep those signs on us. We can label some things. Put that away. We don't need any of this nonsense right now. I want to make things more flat. I want to get rid of these trees so that I can think about putting them down there. But I'm going to do that as last as possible in case I need more wood. And let's start planning out the retaining walls like we said earlier in the stream. We want a bit of space, obviously. Maybe around here is where the wall would be. It'll curve with the mountain. And I think the walls should be at least like 20 blocks high, but I just want to figure out where they are. And then I can plan out where any top buildings will go. Some of my builds I have zero planning, and some of them, outside of my head at least, and some of them I have a lot of planning. And it just kind of depends on what I'm doing. But I find I'm more able to make cohesive things without a plan sometimes. I'm not sure exactly why that is, or if that makes sense. I mean, it's probably fine. The wall, I don't know if it'll go all the way around this edge, but this is like a steep cliff. It's steeper than any other part of the hill. So maybe just the top layer of the wall will go here for structural integrity lookingness. This water still makes no sense. I need to figure out... Oh gosh. I need to figure out... It makes sense for Minecraft. I need to figure out what in this town I'm building is spawning a river of water on top of a desert mountain. It's weird. One thought I had was like a flying island has a waterfall. That's a lot going on over here for that to be the case. Let's see. If we go at about this angle, I'd say the distance between those blocks, if we repeated it, would be about that angle. Is that 3 blocks? Let's just start going every 3 blocks from here then. I meant to use this with sandstone. Here we go. I think this is good. I think this is a good angle. To just have a nice straight wall. I'm not going to build it out of sandstone, but this is just my guideline. Ah! I can use diorite for the rest because I can actually see it against the ground better. That really blends in. I'm just counting to make sure I haven't deviated. Like I did at the very end here. I think this hill isn't so massive that it wouldn't make sense to just go all the way. Like, what does it look like all the way down here? It's a bit farther on foot, I will say. This feels farther than it is looking at the map. Is this fully like over 100 blocks and I'm being silly? Yeah, that's like 200 blocks. How far should it go? Maybe like until just before this little river situation? If we do that, the river I snake through the village can wind up here and then we could do a waterfall down into the valley. And it'll at least make sense on the output side of things. But I still don't know where that water is coming from, and I need to think of that. There we go. Who is that? Like a skeletal mage. And something else crazy next to it. Man, I like it dark for like 2 seconds and these guys show up. Okay, the mage just fallen. A swarmer. Ah! Get away! Burn! Oh god. You feel the essence of your victim strengthening you. 100 out of 1,000? I'll have most ominous thing I've heard all day for 5,000. Thank you. What? Okay, my power is growing. I only need 900 more victims. That's a joke. In Minecraft, literally. Oh no. My inventory is really full. And I just found slime balls randomly. From that guy I murdered. This white wall away. What do you maggots away? Okay. This is a solid angle, and I think I should just mirror it on the other side. And I wonder if the same angle would work on the turn. But I feel like probably not. We want it to be around here. But I don't know if that's right. I need to actually go make a turn so that I have my pattern synced up. This is probably good. Now I'll start going in. And I've gone too far. I will go back and walk it back one set. There might be something I can make out of diorite or granite that would be good for building. This isn't where I just had it, is it? Definitely is. Good for building these walls. I have so much of both of those. I can poke around the recipes. There might be something I can reformat them in to that looks just a bit better in granite or diorite on its own. Not that they look too bad. They're just very noisy. Noisy blocks. And I think a retaining wall is a pretty flat, smooth situation. Or like a designed thing. I need to figure out at that end how wide the area where retaining is. And then I need to build the opposite wall over to that end I just did. And then it'll make sense as a big rectangle. And I'll have achieved geometry. I'm going to take a pause for a moment to drink some water. I'll be right back. I'm back. Hydration is important. Especially if you just got all burnt up like I did. Okay. Our wall, I started it over here. I could have it bow out here, or I could have it just wrap around the mountain shape. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for it to go out too unnaturally. I wouldn't push it any more than that. So what I'll do is it was doing 3 before. I'll have it do 5? I'm gonna try 5, but then maybe 7. I always like just working with numbers. 5 might have been okay. Excuse me. If we went out one more, we'd be making a big cliff wall. If we start coming in at this point, it'd be too soon. So let's try out 7 instead of 5. Now those should both be 7 blocks. Ow. I think now, yeah, 7's right. Because now I can turn it around and it should go just outside the building. And that's what I need. Yeah, just outside. Here's the other end of it here. I'm gonna do some counting, make sure I got all that right. That looks right to me. Does this mean the other end needs to be 7s to make sense too? Probably. Burn that bridge when we cross it. This might be fine. This allows for a lot of space when we dig down to open up flatly. So now I'm going to do 3s off in this direction. But is it going to even be synced up? Nah. The math of it all. Sorry if this is getting confusing. I need a 5 here, too. Oh, I'm so inconsistent. Okay. Well, I ended up doing 3 and then 5 and then 2 7s. But I checked. I don't know where it's going to be in line, but the 3s are here, and then the 5 is here. And we'll come to meet it. So it should be 2 7s. I don't like that. I don't think I've lined things up right. But if I went one more in this direction, I think it would be, because I'm just 1 block off. So the retaining wall will continue this way. 1 more. Am I still off? Now I'm off by 2. So it was the other way around. So I need to solve this math a different way. We had 2 7s on that side. I feel like this side's just gonna have to be curved almost. Oh, I'm out of diorite. I gotta go take a nap anyways. Ah! Excuse me. That village looks cool on that, like, peninsula. It's still 2 off. Oh, wait. I had to get rid of the incorrect one. I think it's not as off as I thought now. By adding, instead of 2 7s, now I have 3. I think I'm lined up with the other side. Oh gosh, wait, no, this is here. We want to end at this point, and then it goes to 3s. Whatever that means for us. Gosh, like there's 4. I guess there's 3. It needs to end on this one. So it would be a 4 block gap right there. I don't like using even numbers on anything. Because then there's no middle. There's gotta be a middle for my builds to make sense. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I think everything should line up. I just had to math the math for a little. I may have failed math class in real life, but I have always been better at counting when blocks are at stake. You see, I have my priorities quite straight. 90-degree angles, in fact. Make the end a 5 on one of these. Let's make it a 5 here. I'm okay with that. Okay. This will be the boundary of our upper little town area. It has been determined. So we can sort of flatten and landscape in here. I think we can start to do that. And then we want to start digging to flatten around it. At least on the sides, not on that end. So it should, realistically, it should slope up that way. What is that? Piece of dark metal? Well, what the heck's dark metal for, guys? I make the pile of the dark metal. And then when I get the pile, I can make the ingot. And then I can make the nightmare pants. This is so far removed from everything I've been doing. It's like going through an engineering factory and then being like, oh, the magical tome of winter year. The prophecy states that in... There is a scythe. I like scythes. That's cool. Attacks heal you. And wither the attacked target? Coolio. If I get... Oh, if I just beat these guys up, no problem. I can take him. That guy, he's nothing. Let me at him. Another time, though. A rain check. Let me at him when I'm ready. I gotta prepare. Maybe just using like cut diorite or granite designs would look pretty solid. What's that? Lime concrete. I didn't know you should have just had normal recipes as well. If it didn't take andesite, I'd be pretty interested in that. But andesite is incredibly valuable. Can I mill this into something? No. Okay. Listen up, guys. Diorite, it drops from diorite blocks. Okay. If you need any diorite, go mine some diorite. Sponsored by Just Enough Items. I will flatten some area, get some more dedicated paths happening. We'll just put diorite around the paths, since that's what we did for the walls, and I'm going to use granite to maybe place down where some buildings are going to live. I don't think the walls are going to permanently live as diorite, but they are that for now. What have I just discovered? No, that's 5. I thought it was 6 for a second. I was about to have a whole conniption. Thought I was off by 1 block this whole time. I was going to cry and die. Okay, that's just easier for me to see. The sandstone was blending in on my eyes. I don't mind leaving a pile of sand here. This is definitely a pathway. We should make, if the paths are going to stay sand for the moment, we should make sandstone slabs. Look, we got a bunch. We should put some of these down, right? And the way that the paths work, I think they need to be there. Wow, that's not... I think they just need to be a block. I don't need slabs. I can just use the slab as a block, but there we go. But that's still not like a nice transition. Yeah. Well, these automatic pathways are gonna fall short on anything I want properly sloped then. I do got lots of sandstone. But sandstone wouldn't be... It'd be far from my first pick as a path up here. Can I make gravel easily using create? I can craft gravel with no man's land. Whoa. Hold on. Huge news. Huge news for me. How did it work? Gravel. I just made 32 gravel out of a stack of stone. And I can make gravel bricks. Okay, but I could craft egg cobblestone and some other Yusha blocks now. And of course concrete is an option now too. This egg cobblestone could be alright. Let's make 20 or so and see how we feel about it. Let's put some down in the world. Huh. It's not exactly a perfect seamed texture there. Is that right? Am I supposed to have a resource pack on? This? Let's say not recommended, but it is what I'm looking for. I wonder why not recommended. Game just bursts into flames. PC explodes. Minecraft emails me. Account deleted. You should have heeded the warning. I didn't really seem to do too much for me. Okay, well, is this like better looking down? I don't know about this texture. It doesn't seem. So we don't need any more of this. I'm glad I didn't make it all into that. Put that away. Gravel bricks. What? There we go. I feel like gravel bricks could be nice. And I think I'm right. They look, dare I say, nicer than cobblestone. I don't know why I said that like it was a revelation. Famously the most beautiful block in all of the land, cobblestone. Just almost cast that to the flames. Does this fall? Oh, it doesn't fall. Right? Yeah, no gravity on gravel brick. Good deal. That's not right. Why do you do that? There we go. I'm going to take a lot of the cobblestone I have and turn it into gravel, because I like that block, I've decided. Gonna skip whatever's happened to my Spotify. It only gets me 55 of the blocks. Can I make it into slabs? I don't know what I'm looking at on the screen right now. Are they saying it's not guaranteed to drop as bricks? Yes. Okay. It might turn back, it might reconstitute into gravel as you break it. That's how it works. That's okay. I liked having the lower area here. I think there's also a gravel path. Why did it get lighter in color? Interesting. That lets me walk smoothly. That's just enough. So let's have the transition. I like this setup, I think. I don't think it's too bad going from sand to gravel. Let's just have a transition of sand to gravel. I gotta stomp this now. And I will definitely replace the sand eventually, but I got limited stuff. And if I'm gonna go ahead and make some pathways, I'm gonna make them traversable. That's good enough for now. If it keeps making sense to have a path right here, which why not? We'll go ahead and make this part of it gravel. But it do need to come out one, so that there's a bit of buffer between it and the elevator here. I'm gonna get rid of trees, so I don't care that I'm gonna be bulldozing through. Right here, we make gravel. How do we get... Getting a smooth transition here is complicated. My brain's struggling. The grind might turn to flint, too. Okay, gravel bricks are a fleeting thing. Let me... It goes like this. And then stomp sand. What's next if I wanted to keep doing a smooth transition? Do I need to use the sandstone slabs now? Because at that point, look at this weird range of colors we got going on. And then what? Are we gonna repeat that? What is this? That's not a color gradient I want repeating every 2 seconds on a path. I'd say that's pretty bad. Can I like stamp down gravel? No, I can't make gravel smaller that way. Is a funny question. Gravel slab question mark? I already had gravel typed in. There's raked gravel. I don't know how you rake a gravel. There's no rake block. Is it with a shovel? You need a pickaxe? It's with a sword? Whoops. I think a hoe actually makes sense. There we go. That is the same height as the gravel path, though, so it doesn't matter. Unhelpful. Could we make a slab? 'Cause I think we can make slabs from this mod. More of a gray slab. Get away from all the sand path, because there's sand everywhere. Slab template. At least I don't need to get all these blocks to have their textures, kind of. It's kind of nice. Gray concrete, gray wool. Park tile? What is this? What is a smoke brick? I don't know what that means. Warstone? How about warstone? As in worn. I can see that texturing well. But I feel like it doesn't match. Probably does. I'm gonna see. Whoops. Oh, I guess it does. Sort of a funny diagonal way. Except it maybe doesn't? It's a little weird looking. Some of these textures just don't mesh well with each other, like with themselves. Gray tile? I mean, gray tile's more in the ballpark. We're making a little palette here. Pale pattern brick or park tile. Park tile might be more right, the color. Park tile is pretty bright. I got two more I can try here. The gray tile's the closest I've come by far. And that works. Doesn't need to be an extra block in there. And that doesn't look bad, if you ask me. Because if we then went back to here, the gray tile definitely stands out slightly. It's just much cleaner looking. Give this one a go. It's just a very different color, even though the texture is actually much closer. Unfortunately. I make park benches now too. I really like the Yushia mod. It is a good mod. Lets me make so many blocks and funny shapes. Slippers, apparently. a stab at smoke bricks? I don't even know what is going on with that stuff. It has like more color variety, and some of that color is giving gravel. So I like it more than this, I think. Ah. I can make grass slabs? I can make slabs of grass. It's kind of rad. How does gray wool look in this situation? Cannot discount its simplicity, possibly being a solution. And embed pale bricks. Wow, that's abrasive. Marbled cobblestone. Blazing through them now. Much too not good. Bad. For what I want. It's not bad. It's just not what I need. Yeah, let's use the smoke ones. I can live with that. I really don't hate the wool one. I'm gonna make one more of both of those, see how they look next to their own blocks. Did not want to place there. Now that I see it next to its own blocks, it's like a cacophony of different types of bricks. It's kind of funny. I do not know what tool it wants me to use on these. It's not an axe, a pickaxe, or a shear. Definitely use this. Smoke slabs are where it's at. I'm probably just gonna make all this into it. What did I just do? Oh, they're on my head. Well, Armor doesn't show up on my character, but that's interesting. The fact that I have like half slabs and stuff too. Snow layer template? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Snow layer template. I'm gonna make a bit of that. Then I'm gonna make the rest into slabs. I smooth my mic. Hopefully I still sound okay to all of y'all. Okay, so now we can replace the paths entirely. That's confusing. I'll leave there. Oh, I just popped my whole back. Don't need that. Okay. It goes cobble brick, and then gravel, and then hoe, and then slab. Cool. And all of this can go. Oh, it'll be so nice to have streets of any kind too, even if they're quite narrow here. Probably not gonna have anywhere near the blocks I need to do all this right now. When I run out, I'll be effectively out of cobblestone. And one of the next things I'll want to do is just make some form of cobblestone generator. There is create cobble. I forgot about that. Mechanical generator. This is all I need. And it simplifies the whole thing to reduce lag. Hey, rose quartz. But I do have the nether available. This reminds me of some of the really, really ancient old streets in the city where I live. Because I'm in a, like, 200-year-old city. And a lot of the streets are, like, concrete. That's definitely, like, the last few decades. But sometimes you go onto a street and there's just cobblestone brickwork that has survived so long and cars are just fine on it. And it's all just so flush and I guess not destroyed by tree roots that it's survived the test of time at least this long. I don't like these sticking out. Oh, I'm out of gravel bricks. There we go. That's better. I can get behind that. I got behind it. Let's look at this snow layer. I'm very interested. What should I test the snow layer with? How about gray concrete? A block I don't think I even looked at while I was testing things just now. Oh, that's very good. If I don't have proper ramp blocks, that's gonna be so helpful with making roads. Because in my head, I was looking at the possibility of having to, like, farm up zinc to make copycat blocks, which can do something similar, just for much more material investment. And this is cheap. It's a freaking lot of cobblestone, but cobblestone is infinite, and zinc is not, at least for me right now. There won't be room for much road over here, so this might be the end of this road. But it gets up the hill. This is the top of the hill. Now I'm planning how to turn to this direction. Gonna need at least a bit of this tree out of the way while I'm figuring this out. Let's clear a little bit of inventory space. I do wish I had a lot more gravel now. But I can just make lots of stuff to get me infinite of all those things soon. If I play my cards right and manage to make some of these, I might only need rotational power to really get infinite cobble. And boy, would that be nice. It's not fast. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. It won't be fast. But it will be effortless, it will be lag-free, and it will be in a corner somewhere ticking away. Maybe a pretty corner. With some flair. We'll put this part of it at the next level down, and then go from there. I'm gonna run out of gravel. wonder, since the raked cobble isn't even that gravel. I'm gonna say cobble instead of gravel a lot, I think. By accident. It might be better to just, like, mix these up. You know? Like this? I mean, I could even have actual gravel. Oh, my brain. The possibilities. Oh my gosh. Me realizing all this is allowed. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's more worn here where people are stepping a bunch. Oh, that's the path. Oh my gosh. I have like 10 different varieties of gravel to make path out of. This is too... yeah. My brain. Too many possibilities. Why'd they give me all this power? This gives me the freedom to make the parts of the path that I think would be more tread. In a fun way. Does this actually change direction? Oh my gosh. Whoa. It actually changes directions. Wait, that's cool. You could Zen Garden with that. That's probably what it's for. Oh, it drops as raked gravel. Weird. We're losing gravel with everything I do, I know. Ugh. Path. Yes. We have plenty of raked gravel, so we don't want this to stay that way. We want the bricks again. I feel good about this approach to things. Some of the raked gravel's a little standoffish, I will say. Maybe that's better. Oh, if I have like a really long gravel road, I could put raked gravel on like 2 lines so it looks like a car went down. Oh, it's still gravity. Still gets gravity. Maybe that's why it's its own distinct block so that the mod creator can make it gravity. Let's put the gravel down. We don't have enough gravel to use more gravel. But gravel's good. We like the look of gravel in this situation. Did we stash all our food somewhere random? Did we eat all our food? I'll make more bread. Okay, let's plan out some more of the path with diorite. How wide was it up here? It's 4 wide up here. Should I keep it 4 wide throughout this whole place? It's 2 wide right here. Could make it kind of awkward. I could just commit to it being 5. Is that too big? I think it's appropriate. I think a road needs space both directions. Even if it's a silly little mountain road. I don't know what I'm planning to do with this yet, but there is a slope going right here, so this might be river right against the retaining wall. So sensible. Don't do that in real life. That's a bad idea. Oh my gosh, it will not let me place anything above eroded sand. It's a little crazy. Like, it's fully a block. Like, what's stopping me here? I can't place anything. It doesn't allow it. That makes no sense to me. Why? Why no place? You should be able to. Well, it lines up with the side of this building well. I meant to not have it jammed up against the side of it. Like, put a buffer. But if it did stay 5 wide, yeah, it's just gonna jam it against it. This is a small mountain. I gotta use what I got. So if this stayed a 5 wide road, it would be living right here. Gosh, golly. Let me place blocks, you silly sand. We'll make this better looking later. I might not need to turn, because there's not much here. Just give me space for a little building, probably. As we start walking along here, planning out our path, and maybe flattening some things, let's start maybe thinking about some buildings, and I want to place them more chaotically than our starting buildings. In like my narrative, maybe I built these buildings, maybe not. Nothing else past this I built. These are like residents. I do not even have this place fully lit. Ah! Deborah! Stop it! I just accidentally called the skeleton Deborah in my panicked noises. I prefer you guys without bows, actually. You can continue to not have those. I got his skull. You can make a lot of bone meal out of it. Or a pile of skulls. Weird. use most of my torches. All of my torches. Now I got this little area lit up. Carving a little slice of us into the world. This is a bunch of nonsense that doesn't need to be here anymore. This was from me doing math earlier. Oh my god, I thought the camel was like a terrifying creature arising out of the earth to consume me. Its noise did not help. Look, excuse me. Do I want these trees gone? Is a thought I'm having. I think I'll plant more controlled trees. Or make trees. So yeah. Let's get rid of this. And once these trees are out of the way, I can flatten the area a little. Feel a bit more safer out at night too, so that's good. There was stuff spawning like right outside before. And I don't have walls around here yet, but whatever. Nice view up here. On this tree. Goodbye, tree. There's other random moss blocks up in the sky that I'm gonna have to grab. That'd be sad. I know I'm breaking my axe by breaking the leaves. I just never care. Alright. I think this area I will trim back a little bit so I can maybe fit a building over in this corner. Just sort of reducing the slope more to that side of the hill. Oh gosh. My inventory is growing quite full. I am getting tired, but I'm trying to push myself to stream a bit longer. So I want to plan out some more pathway, and then I want to plan out some basic building locations. Is this... Oh, it's supposed to be that wide. I'm just really gonna have to get rid of these trees. Okay. It's this wide here too. Ah, excuse me. This road can comfortably go one lower. Maybe the roads will just help me determine where everything else will go after. It would make sense. Or here we go. I want to fuse it with a retaining wall, so future me can make more sense of it. How's this look so far? I think if this were to be some sort of main road right here, it should very quickly veer to the right and then sort of go at an angle like everything else. I mean, you could just do the angle now and have less room on this side. Not the worst plan. Because this side could be like the dock area, sort of. If I want that to be on this side. I mean, this is the less steep side, but I'm going to terrace this side more heavily. This side is a chaos drop-off into actual hell. Like, the literal hell. The hot air, like, compression coming from down here into there. It's not a good situation for anybody. Anybody down there, anybody up here, or anybody trying to hover their ship above it. So I don't think it makes sense. We'll go to be lined up with the walls over there. And that's still a good amount of space on this side, I think. We'll just start going like this. Oh no. And then if it looks unnatural, I'll make a pass where I put everything on this side one way and everything on that side the other way. So that it looks more like a natural curve. And if that was a bit hard to understand, when I go to do it, it'll be clear. I think I describe things in pretty obtuse ways, possibly, sometimes. But it's just a matter of trying to find better precision with your words in life. And that's probably a journey for everybody, myself included. I'll have to come up with a name for this little town that's turning into. Yeah, this tree's definitely in the way. I think once I've done this, I should plan out some buildings before I do any more roads this way. But this puts a lot of space up here for sure. For buildings. No. Wait, what happened? Oh, signs I'm getting tired. That's what's happened. I'm getting to the point where I'm playing the game and I'm talking to all of you lovely creatures, and every once in a while as I'm playing, I'm talking, my eyes just go a little bit close. And if I stay in that state too long, I'll probably just get to a state where I doze off for like a few seconds at a time, like an ant. So I'll definitely stop before then. This will get us right to the end. And we can have a gate. And anybody rolling into town on a set of wheels can use an old dilapidated gate. Nobody drives here. You don't drive to the Sandy Outlook. You fly there. So it would continue at least a little bit straight, and then turn somewhere probably. And this will help me not mix up the retaining wall by just making it taller. Because I've built them out of the same block, the guidelines. But it's the only block I have 5 bajillion of besides granite. Okay. I'm gonna take the granite and I'm gonna put some shapes down, and those shapes will become buildings. There's definitely room over here for something. Yeah, cursed sand. That's a pretty small building. It wouldn't make sense for the stables to be here at all. I was thinking I could just convert this into stables because Scoot is here. But Scoot can move. What would make sense right next to the old lighthouse? The lighthouse keeper's house. That's what makes sense. That's what's usually in the base of lighthouses, right? A lighthouse keeper house. Place where lighthouse keeper live. This is their shed, maybe. And how wide is this? We can have a bit coming out. And then they can have a tiny little yard and a shed and like a house here and a shed there. And this should be one of the bigger and nicer houses because it's the whole lighthouse shebang. I'll probably just want to flatten a bit of this out when I get to it. Here, your buddy shovel. Okay. So that'll be nice. There'll be plenty of room with that. This leaves a bit of dead space right here, which I had thought of being a yard originally. One other option is this could actually snake in front of the lighthouse and go off over here. But I don't know. I mean, if it came out anywhere off this direction, it could go into the river. But I think flowing to the massive pool makes the most sense. It's still a weirdly big pool on top of this, like, sandy cliff. So we'll still think about something for this water to be coming from in the little lore of our town. But I think flowing down here into that pool will look natural. And it doesn't necessarily have to go anywhere after that. Maybe, at least not for right now. These trees are very much in my way, but I want a courtyard situation so I can think about the courtyard, and that's what this is going to be. It's just hard to count with these trees. It's very... And don't you forget it, trees. I think this is 15 blocks. And I think that's 15 more. Need to double check see. That's 13. What the? Oh my gosh. Ah, I've the ghost. Yeah. Stay back. Foul beast. Burn. I don't know where that guy came from. Nothing's gonna, like, attack our camel, right? They don't look hurt. That scared me. That should be 15. Is this actually 15? This is 14. Why is it 14? Okay. Now it's... Now it's 15. That's 15. Bit of a silly billy. Okay. That puts where the courtyard will live. I could get it upon myself to jam some taller buildings right against the courtyard. I'll be pleased. Personally. I don't think another road is necessary quite yet. So, let's make a building that is slanted a little bit. And then if we put another building next to it, slightly slanted different, they'll look so naturally and funny. And then I will have cooked. I think I should be using signs because I'm going to forget what all these are. Hold on. That's going to break because of the sand. Courtyard. Shed. Lightkeeper. Home. Oh, oh my gosh. Home. Close enough. This is going to be the elevator. That's the courtyard. I'm going to put this down as apartments because I want it to be multiple living spaces in a tightly packed building. I went 3 and then 4 over there. Duh! Where'd you come from? What are you? Dreadhound. No, evil. Evil creature. Deep in contemplation, I was attacked. "13 blocks long," which I think is perfectly fine. Do the same slantiness over here and then reconnect it. Okay. Now, I will make another building with a more intentional slant going this way. But then I will also have it slant this way, and it will be an alleyway that will open up as you enter it. Oh my gosh, there's another one. Where are they coming from? I've never seen them up here before. Is there like something over here? It's just a cliff. I've never once noticed that well on the side of the cliff. Okay. This triangular building. And be much narrower on this end. And now I've made a very funny shaped building, I think, in the mix of all this chaos. And I'll do it again. Maybe this tree will survive. It's a small tree where an alleyway has happened. I don't know. Maybe a building's about to be where it lives, though. Probably. Yeah, this tree's gotta go. You are in the way. But I have azalea bushes, so I can plant more. This could be a home or a shop. I think a bunch of houses here makes sense in my brain for some reason. But that's the only reason that matters. Weird house. I picked up my trash cactus. I don't need any of that stuff. You. Seven blocks long. That's acceptable. Then it's slanted like that in a funny way. And this one will be right up against the retaining wall. Small house. Could a little house fit here now? Probably. This is the funny alleyway. Right here. And then this is the courtyard right here. I need more granite. Really could use with putting some of this random stuff away too. Okay. Oh, this courtyard's this wide, isn't it? Okay, but there's enough room anyways. This will just be tiny house. Tiny house, small house, weird house. I do think if the top of this area is going to be the docks, this whole side of the road isn't going to be houses. There could be shops here. There could be stuff sticking out into the open air up here. That I need to determine after I do some digging down where the retaining wall will be. Because this is going to go down at least like 10 or 20 blocks for sure. And I mean, at that point, let's see. This is around Y level 378. We go at least this far down. But in my head, a number I threw around was 20. So then we're this far down? Lots of space for ships to have clearance, right? And then we're cutting out this much of the mountain for further town. Oh my gosh, if I made the town huge, I wonder if I could go all the way down the hill. And connect... There's a village town at the end of the hill. I don't know if I could make something so sprawling. I'm making something so densely packed. It'd have to be so much. But I could at least make roads going down there. And then adapt the town into the civilization. I like rambling about my creative ideas. I hope someone likes listening to them. This whole area I will be flattening significantly then. I'm just going to worry about all these residential houses. Because it's going to be like shops and like busynesses. I might need to research the kinds of things that live in piers, but I have grown up on the coast my whole life, so I have at least a hankering of an idea. Is that the right word? Hankering? I don't think so. But whatever. I would love, 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 love if the buildings I built made an alleyway going this way. So that my alleyways can be like sensible things that you can walk down and vibe in. Ah! I'm getting excited. Getting excited at the things I'm visualizing I'm going to build here. I like the alleyways being really narrow at the entrance. I'm going to stick to that. These go one back. But maybe another apartment building. Yes? Should be 9 blocks. Hang on, chat. I gotta BRB 1 second because I got really hungry and I gotta eat a snack real quick. I'll be right back. I'll be quick. I'm back. Just gonna be a delinquent for one moment. Okay, I'm back. The creature ate a few tortilla chips and drank some water, and the creature is feeling refreshed. The creature is me. Okay. What a lovely grove. An apartment building would look perfect on top of it. Oh, no. It's okay. I kept it cool and composed my entire fall off of the tree. The tree was actually so impressed that it derooted itself on the spot. I don't know why you don't have a bottom. But that's okay. Something weird happened to you. And you're just at a very funny angle. And you're straight up in the street. Trees be in the way. Ah! I made it. Can I not roll off edges? Oh, my dodge roll sticks to the edges as I'm shifting. My dodge roll looks like this. What the heck? Maybe it's time we sleep. Some crazy nonsense coming out of the woodworks now. Oh, hello. A funny clown man. Ha! What a funny guy. What did he drop? Stimulating decoction. Oh, it wasn't a zombie clown, it was the zombie clown, apparently. I'm so sorry. Okay. I think before I got distracted by a bunch of stuff, this is going to be 9x9. Yeah. Yep. Did I share the corner? Yeah. So it's just 3 out from the corner. But this one should go in. through all of the nonsense of these fallen trees. Is that 3? And share the corner. And it makes sense. Perfect. Apartments. Nice. I've managed to start the curve of an alleyway. I like that. So now I could have a building that kind of like concaves here, or 2 buildings right here. And it would really naturally make that happen, I think. And then when I make little trails and detailed alleyways, I'm going to be very happy. Because I want to hide nooks and crannies in places. I want to... It's good. It's good stuff. It makes my brain go burr, and then my brain goes whirr, and it flies away from the power I gain. Like this far. What would live here? Something that goes like this, and then like this. This could be a long, thin building. Just kind of deciding what I wanted to do with it as I did it. Long, thin building. It's 5 at the ends. Not a lot of space in that one. Thin house. The thin house should curve. The thin house should not be flat. There we go. I think that shape's gonna be better. Then I can have another sort of big building here that'll force the alleyway to get narrow with the incongruent building sizes. Oh, and then there's a 1x1 alley here. Very good. How big is this then? 10 blocks? That's an even number. This one's just gonna taper off at the end, so it's not an odd number. Yeah, I don't like how this one started. Bad start. I mean, good start with the alley. But bad start otherwise. There's not room to do that. What? Oh, we're getting really funky with it here. This needs to be symmetrical on this side, or it's going to be really wonky. That lets me get against the retaining wall again, which I wanted for this one. That's why I kept rebuilding it. These just do not line up right now. But if this was 3, it would. And I'm... Wait, would it? I think I made it make sense. I made it make sense. Yes. Yes, I've made a rhombus in Minecraft. My brain sludged to it, but I've done it. I mean like a... I don't know words. It is the word I'm going to commit to on the sign. Rhombus house. Should it be houses all the way through here, I wonder? It's been houses all the way so far, and I'm gonna have whole other layers to the city if I wanted like a whole area for not houses. I think having this just be a neighborhood makes sense. I was just pausing to take a look at my injured arms. I'm all good. I was just taking a look. We got some more room towards the end of here. Should the houses get smaller or bigger? gosh, so many can fit in here. It's gonna be a lot of building, but it's gonna turn out so well. Because I put so many funny shapes in here, something could fit there. You don't need a well, there's a river. Because a well was my first thought. What else is like a random smaller than house object in a little townstead? I'm thinking on that for a second. I think this would be too small for like some sort of playground. A small little courtyard, sure. Like a more private courtyard than the big one over here. It's just a slightly more space than I expected to have right here. Oh, there's an evil guy. Go evil bye. Ah! He broke some of my armor. Such a weird texture shows up on my screen when I stand in fire for some reason. I could try to like cram a house in here. Smallest house on the map. Oh gosh. Okay. I don't appreciate the spooky guys. But they're not too scary. I could think on this for a second, but I could put a Zen garden here. I really like Zen gardens. And this is a secluded area where it would be quiet because it's like buried in this neighborhood. I need more signs or else I'll never remember that's what I planned for it to be. I got plenty of jungle wood all of a sudden though. Let's make jungle signs. When life gives you jungles that you chop down and build a house neighborhood over. Oh, a Best Buy would look perfect here. I don't think the random fires look great, but I will put them outside just to keep the creatures away. There's like a strange earthen blaze over there. Gonna hope it doesn't see me. Zen garden? Question mark? I very much like Zen gardens in real life. Unfortunately, the last time I visited one, it was currently also being visited by a very, very rowdy group of young people. So I could not really enjoy it for what it was, but it was very pretty. Very well maintained Zen garden. And there was a guy working it with a rake at the time too. An evil fly approaching. Sure is a lot of enemy variety coming at me. What am I looking at over there? Am I looking at two skeleton cowboys covered in red goo? Ah, it's probably fine. Ah, it's normal. That happens all the time. Should we have some buildings actually touching? I think so. Should be 7. That's 6. No? No, I never said it. There we go. Now it's a 7. Kind of gotta share the same shape, I just realized. So it goes 3, 3, 3 on this way. Yeah, it'll be fine. Three. And I'm cutting off an alleyway. I know that 4 throws things off, and for math to math, I need to put the 4 elsewhere. I put the 4 here. Does the math math? Here we go. Now the math maths. Little connected house. Not an apartment, but something similar. That guy looks crazy. Oh, he's full of dynamite. I'm putting him in the corner of my screen because my FOV makes things there bigger. Are you gonna, like, explode? Oh, that kind of looks like your plan. That looks like your dastardly evil plan. I stopped you. Good demo man. Kill the skeleton demo man. One moment, chat. I'm gonna take a second and message my boyfriend because they're on their way home. Gonna tell them I can't wait to see them. Oh, they said. All right. Good deal. I have messaged the creature. And now back to the feature. Let's see. Because these are connected, we've inadvertently done 3, 3, and then 6, and then 3. So I want another connected one that goes 3, and then 6. I'm getting angry at the blocks not being where they want to go, where I want them to go. I thought if I growled at them enough, they'd just jump back for me. Put it one far back. So it goes 3, and then... This is exactly where I just placed it. One farther back. And it goes 3, and then... does 6, and it won't go onto the street. And then this whole row of connected buildings will look more satisfying to the eye. Maybe. Hopefully. And then this one... is doing something weird on this side because of the way it's connecting. Very weird shape, actually. I need to make it make sense. I'm beholding the shape, comprehending. The way I comprehend is I walk all over it and then I 3D map it in my brain. I'm like a living scanner. I'm saying utter nonsense. Oh gosh, this one's just requiring more math. Okay. I think that's what I wanted. Bigger at that end, smaller at this end. So it's kind of like it curves. Nice. Oh, I'm very pleased with all the alleyways developing. No half measures and gardens at any other point. That's only allowed one time. Because it can't just be full of random courtyards. So we gotta have buildings all the way up over here. And then connecting up to over there. We could jam a apartment building back here, I think. Man, some of these buildings are going to be too close together for my own good. I already know it. But it'll be fine. Let's make this a longer one. There's a torch from somewhere I never put down. That doesn't look torched up. I'll put it there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this gets like all the way to the end. Big apartment building. Should I have it be a big apartment building? It'd be the biggest building around. It's probably okay. Should I even let there be a tiny little alley here? I mean, sure. that. What's gone wrong here? Why aren't we lined up? Comprehending. It needs to be like this end but flipped. If my phone doesn't die, it might die. I take a picture on my phone and then rotate my phone because I'm just having trouble flipping this in my head. My phone's gonna die. Got a notification about my Bluetooth turning off before my phone died. Okay. If it is flipped. This end needs to I think this end needs to go like this. And it needs to be 3 and then 4. Then we're 1 block off, but we're closer. Why are... I swear I just counted 6 instead of 7. Nope. Don't... You can't hear. Actually. You don't have ears anymore. I just took them away. I'm sorry. You heard the forbidden knowledge. That is 7. Oh, I've mathed the math, and I've made so many funny shaped buildings. I'm pretty pleased. Okay. Long apartments. And over here I'll write private apartment alleyway. Because that's what has arisen here, and I don't know what it would be used for, but maybe they'll be drying laundry or something. Alright. That's where we have a little courtyard. This is sort of just like a cliff. We could fit 1 or 2 more buildings in right here. I'm inclined to have 2 since it's such a big building there, but we'll see. We could have a slightly wider alleyway right here since there's an apartment building. Maybe that makes sense. How many alleyways are there at that point? There's like 4 main alleyways. So like this, and I can go like this. And then this one ended up being a bit awkwardly placed. What the heck? That can't be allowed. That guy? That's not cool. Oh my gosh. Let's go take a nap. Turnt house. Ow, stop it. Burn. I don't hear you burning. Yeah. Oops. I gotta open Discord. I gotta make sure I go and do not disturb so Discord doesn't come into my stream. But I'm really sorry if a Discord noise happens in a second as I open Discord. I'm mentioning it so it's not even like, it's not even a possibility that you're watching this VOD and you're like, did I just get a Discord message? Personally, I don't enjoy when that happens because I'm always like, duh. And then I go searching around like, where was it? Who messaged me? Who dares contact me? The demo guys have hats. You're fast. Oh, you kind of fell into pieces though. Okay, dealt with all those guys. I'm gonna put a house sort of in here. I guess it's only gonna be 4 wide. Just a tiny little thing jammed in here. Okay. A very chaotic town layout, but it's what I wanted. I had a thought just now. What if the space outside of the lighthouse was a graveyard instead of a yard? Because we have a lot of other space for yard-like things. Unless I wanted to make it a park. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of space right here that I haven't planned anything for. So I'm just gonna clear it up again and then write down graveyard. And then, what is it, mausoleum? Graveyard. Sure. Shouldn't go all the way to the edges, probably. This is their house. Slash my house. So the graveyard should be about this wide. If I were making graves. That's room on both sides for graves. Just wanted to have that thought before I got any farther. Just go ahead and do that. So future me can have that thought too. I used all that granite. Got plenty more. Okay. And then this way. Mausoleum type thing. I think it should just take up this whole space jammed into the corner. And then if I could stand on top of it, maybe it'd be cool. Be a nice place to be. I can't spell. I'm not gonna try. You guys are gonna just accept that spelling the way it is. Okay. Should I get rid of these infernal trees? Let me put my Discord on Do Not Disturb. Just a moment. Okay, I'm back here. I want to get rid of these trees. They've overstayed their welcome. I need to plant tree farms anywhere else. Oh, the inventory space. I don't have a max amount that'll work either. Six. Cool. Let's get rid of this nonsense. I just realized I got slime from a zombie randomly. I could make super glue out of that. So I can use that and the wool I got to make my windmill. Ah, and I can start to get some power in this frickin' place. Besides those tiny little water wheels. The water wheels aren't efficient. Like, not even a little bit. If you wanted a significant amount of power from water wheels, you'd have a giant plant of them. That is, like, way more space than anything else would take. Ow. Trying to glance over at my other monitor more because I use my phone to see a chat, but it died. But y'all have been quiet tonight, so I'm not too stressed. I think there's a bunch of crazy branches up here, you know. Unfortunate. Minecraft players when the oak tree is big and you have to get in there. Oh. It's like several of them grew big. Don't see any other logs. And hopefully it's correct. Because I want all these leaves to decay. There we go. Got that nonsense out of the way. Oh! A creature! You! Come here! Haha! I've caught the suspicious stick. I've caught 3 of them already, I just forgot to even show them to you guys. Look, suspicious sticks. I could make an entire enclosure of suspicious sticks. Stick bug enclosure. I don't know if they do anything past be funny. They're pretty good at that, though. I'd say they're professionals at this point. Professionals at funny. I'm gonna set it as a day, and then I think I'll be wrapping up here real soon. My timer's gone, but I think we've gone about 3.5 hours. And I haven't managed to broach 2 hours until now, so that's pretty good. It helped that I just finally got to do some building, even if it's just planning out building. I'm always more interested in the building than the grinding. Just trying to collect some of these saplings. Okay. Aga! Oh, excuse me. That's what my yawns sound like. Alright, well here's our little, very compact town plan. We haven't planned out any of this half, but we'll get there when we get there. This tree is falling apart as I step on it. But if you join me, I hope you enjoyed our time here tonight, and know that you matter. And I'll be back as much this week, probably every day, as I can. I might not be doing Minecraft every day because it's not my PC, so it's not always available. But I will be back, and I'm very tired, so I'm a little bit out of sorts here. But follow if you liked me, and I hope